last little stretch, and then we ultimately subbed him out. Just extremely thankful that he packed the cape on the road trip. He needed all 9 of those threes, kind of dropped the rope in terms of what we were doing that established the lead, and came out in the third quarter, turned the ball over way too much. But that said, you have to just overcome this thing, and you don't have time to complain and moan about what's the negative that's happening to you in the moment. You just got to keep fighting, keep scratching, and try to figure it out to correct the situation that you're in. And we were able to do that by some huge shot making by him. Our guards did a great job, defensive rebound, and A did a great job as always, defensive rebound, and Rui. And Brian caught fire and just carried us home.
You mentioned the turnovers. I think it was 10 in the third quarter after 5 in the first half. Trying to integrate another guard into things, some different lineups. Was that any part to do with it, or was there just?
I obviously have to go back and look at the tape, but I thought a lot of guys turned down some looks, and when you do that, you put yourself up against the 8 ball because now the rhythm is off. Whether we're posting the ball up, playing out a pick and roll, or driving the ball, once the ball is swung, that swing, you either got to shoot it or drive it to score. And I felt like we just, whether the ball didn't feel right when it hit certain guys' hands. I don't know what the case was. Again, we'll go back and look at it, but we didn't shoot in rhythm. Didn't feel like we were shot ready on a couple of those possessions, and a couple of other ones we just mishandled the ball. And so, it's just great to win in spite of all those hiccups, but, we got to tighten it up because, in this journey to the playoffs, we got to be able to put together consistent, productive possessions on both sides of the ball. And offensively, we can't, allow the teams to get life just based off our mistakes. We got to force them to work in order to score and be successful against our defense.
This is the third time that Rui's had a double-double with rebounds in the past 4 games. We've talked about this about him, but just how much do you guys have to consistently remind him? I think last game he didn't have a single rebound, and now he comes back and bounces back with, I think, 10 tonight.
Yeah, it's something that we constantly challenge him on. Tonight, it was a little bit different with no Jackson out there, so he had to play some minutes at the 5, and he was determined to go out there and not just try to, get in position for the ball to come to him, but to go snatch some rebounds. He did a great job just going to get the ball. But that's a part of his game that I think, he's working to get better at and working to be consistent at. And so he was great tonight on the glass for sure.
Darvin, two for you. What did you think of Gabe tonight and what he was able to give you? How did he look?
I thought for a guy that's been out that long, he came in, had some big possessions. Defensively, he was trying to get after it. Offensively, at times, it's going to come. He'll see his shot go in. But I think just him getting thrown out there, he had the only bucket off our bench, ironically. But he'll get there. It's going to take a little bit of time. But what I saw, is a guy trying to get his rhythm in the right area. Like when you come back from that long of a layoff, the tendency is you just how the ball feels, how the climate feels in terms of the torque, the force in which, you out there on the court with 9 other guys playing at a very high level. You got to figure out that the little things are what is going to get you back in rhythm, and he did that. He started on the defensive end to find his rhythm and had some tough matchups that he had to switch off on with Cam Thomas and